120.
Okay, see, when you're constructing a hexagon, okay, if you draw the hexagon inside the circle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, huh? Then this circle that you have drawn first becomes a circumcircle, right? And so if they say draw the circumcircle and then draw the hexagon, then you're perfectly all right because you're drawing it that way itself. But if they say draw the incircle, if you're drawing incircle and draw the hexagon with an incircle, then you should not show this circumcircle. Okay, but still you have to draw the circumcircle because that's the easier way to draw the hexagon. You know how to draw the hexagon? Like, tell us or no, if you know, don't know, I'll explain. Na? First, you have to draw the circle of whatever size. Suppose they say draw a hexagon of size 5 centimeters. Like each side should be 5. So then you draw a circle with radius 5 centimeters. Okay. Then take any, take this point here, which is like, the same line. From there, you take your compass, keep 5 centimeters and make an arc. Then put the point here, make an arc of 5. Keep making an arc of 5 centimeters. Okay. If you join all these points, you will get the hexagon. Okay. But this hexagon was drawn using a circumcircle. Okay. Now, if they tell you to draw in circle, okay, before this, you need to know how to draw circumcircle and how to draw in circle. The actual way is how you first draw the polygon, that is a hexagon, and then you will draw circumcircle or then you will draw the incircle. That is the actual way you're supposed to do it. Okay. So, how do you first draw the hexagon? You'll first draw a line, then you'll draw 120 degrees, like make an arc, make another arc here. That is 120. So, you join that 120, okay, you get the next line. Then from here, again, you need to make an arc of 120, then draw that. Then from there, another arc of 120. You see, that's how you actually draw the hexagon, okay? But by the time you land up, no, you'll get something like this. It will not reach here, okay? Because of our measurements, which is not very accurate. Anyway, so the actual way is first you draw the hexagon like this, and then from the hexagon, you can draw either the circumcircle or the incircle, okay? How do you draw circumcircle?
By angle bisector.
No, circumcircle is perpendicular bisector. Now, this rule is not only for hexagon, but also for triangles. For triangles also, if you want to draw circumcircle, you have to draw perpendicular bisector. And if you want to draw incircle, you have to make angle bisectors.
By the two sides,
Yeah, from any two sides, you can make perpendicular bisectors. Perpendicular means like this, 90 degrees to one side. From here also make 90 degrees to one side. Okay, when you draw two perpendicular bisectors, this center will be the center of the circumcircle. So keep the point here, keep your pencil here, and you can make a circle around it. That is for circumcircle. For incircle, what you have to draw? You have to draw angle bisectors. So you'll draw two angle bisectors, like from any two vertices, make an arc, then put the point here, make an arc on top, put the point here, make an arc here. So this becomes the angle bisector. So like that, you'll make two angle bisectors, and that's point where they intersect will be the center of the incircle. Okay. Now to draw incircle, it should be somewhere touching like this, the midpoints of all these. Okay. But you will not know exactly where the midpoint is. So you have to find the midpoint by drawing a perpendicular line to any of the side. Okay, how do you draw a perpendicular line? Keep your point here, measure the distance over here with a pencil, make that same arc on top. Same thing do from the other side. Keep the point over here, pencil over here, and make an arc on top. Join this center and this arcs, and you'll get the perpendicular line. Okay, so now we know exactly where we should draw the circle from that point, right? So now keep your pencil back in the center, pencil over here, and just make a circle. That is your incircle. Okay. See how I told you to remember this incircle and look at the vowels. Incircle is starting with a vowel. Angle bisector starts with a vowel. So that's how you remember, okay? For incircle, you have to draw angle bisectors. And for circumcircle, the outer one, you have to draw perpendicular bisectors. This rule is for any polygon. Triangle, you only have triangle and hexagon. Okay? So for triangle and hexagon, this is how you do it. So what are the type of questions that will come here in constructions? Mostly, first it will be to draw a shape, either a hexagon or a triangle. And after that, you will draw what? The incircle or the circumcircle. Okay. Nathan, what happened? Hands can't sit quietly.
Another book fell on the laptop.
I thought your hand fell or something else fell. Okay, so construction. What we just finished with chapter? Similarity. The next is loci. So in loci, what do you have to do? Again, you have to draw angle bisectors. Okay. So anyway, let me just explain loci in 5-10 minutes. For a point, what is loci first of all? Loci is,
Locus.
yeah, locus is singular, loci is plural. Okay. But loci of a point, now let me read a question and then I'll explain it based on that. Okay. Where is loci? Yeah. For example, I'll give you two lines, AB and BC. And if I tell you, find a point which is equidistant from AB and BC, equidistant from AB and BC, it means it will be a point right in between AB and BC. This point will have same distance from AB and same distance from BC. Correct? So like this, any point that I draw right in between AB and AC it will satisfy those conditions. That is what? These points are all equidistant from AB and BC. Correct. Now, if you join these points, you get the locus. Okay. So this is the locus of a point which is equidistant from AB and BC. Say that again. This line is the locus of a point. Means it joins all the points that are equidistant from AB and BC. Okay. Now, what if I draw 2 points? And I'll tell you, draw the locus of a point equidistant from these 2 points. So where will be points that are equidistant from A and B? Huh? How to draw a point equidistant from A and B? Right in the middle. Right, this point will be equidistant from A and B. Any other point is equidistant from A and B? Yes, right here, right here, right here, right here. See all these points. See, this is equidistant from A and B. Okay. So if I join these points, this is the locus of a point that is equidistant from A and B. Understand? So how do we draw this? Is first we join AB and we draw perpendicular bisector of AB. How do you draw perpendicular bisector? Keep the point at A, make an arc on top and down. Then keep the point at B without changing the radius, make an arc top and down. Join this, that is a perpendicular bisector. Right. So these are the two important things that can come in one question. Okay. For two lines, you're drawing angle bisector, and for 2 points, you're drawing perpendicular bisector. Okay. If they say draw the locus of AB and BC, that is equidistant from it, then you will draw angle bisector. If they say draw the locus of a point equidistant from A and B, then you'll draw perpendicular bisector. Okay. Locus for two lines. This is locus for 2 points. 2 lines. This is 2 points. Right, clear?
And how the question will be for the 2 lines one?
They'll just say draw the locus of a point that is equidistant from AB and BC. Okay, so they might give you the diagram, or you might have to draw the diagram, draw a triangle first, and then locus of a point equidistant from AB and BC. Say that again. Locus of a point that is equidistant from AB and BC. Okay, this is locus of a point These are all the points. So locus of a point equidistant from A and B. Okay. So same, just like how you have two lines and 2 points, you also have one line and 1 point. Okay. So if you have one line, and I'll tell you, draw the locus of a point that is 2 centimeters from this line. So from this line, 2 centimeters, if I go up, I'm getting a point. From here, 2 centimeters up, I'm getting a point. You see? So join all this. This is a locus of a point 2 centimeters away from this line. Same way, I can go below the line also, 2 centimeters down, 2 centimeters down. You see? So I'm getting another line like this, which is 2 centimeters below that line. So these are two loci of a point that is a certain distance away from a line. Okay, there will be two parallel lines parallel to this line. Next, a point. Suppose you have a point, and I'm saying draw locus of a point that is 3 centimeters away from this. So where, how will the locus be? Yeah. So a point 3 centimeters away in this direction, 3 centimeters away, 3 centimeters away, 3 centimeters away. What will I get if I join all these points? I'll get a circle of radius 3 centimeters. That is a locus of a point that is equidistant from a point. Locus of a point, these are the points, that is equidistant from a point. This is locus, let me just say all the statements once again, okay? What does this be? What does this line represent here? It represents locus of a point that is equidistant from AB and BC. What does this line represent? Locus of a point that is equidistant from A and B. What do these two lines represent? Locus of a point that is 2 centimeters away from a line, we'll call the line AB. See, this AB and this AB is different. Here A and B were 2 points. Here AB is a line. Okay? They're not the same. And how will we say the statement for this? Locus of a point that is 3 centimeters away from a point A. Is everyone clear? This is the whole chapter for locus. Okay. Locus of from 2 lines, from 2 points, 1 line and 1 point. So let's just go through some questions and see how the questions will be. Oh yeah, and also how do you draw them? How do you draw 2 parallel lines? So say you will have a line AB. How will you draw a parallel line to AB? Draw a perpendicular line to this. Okay. And now if the locus is supposed to be drawn 2 centimeters away, measure a point 2 centimeters away like this. Okay. Next, take your compass. Keep the point here and make an arc over here. Same way, keep the compass here, make an arc over here. Okay. Now take the compass again, keep the point over here and measure this distance. Means with a pencil, you measure the distance. Now do the same thing from here, keep the point over here and measure the distance over here, make an arc. So we have equal arcs on both sides. Then you join that point that you made first and this. You will get a line that's parallel to this. Yeah, that's how you draw parallel lines. I mean, you can do a lot of, use your scale, use the 2 parallel sides of your scale itself and figure out parallel. But you have to show how you did it. Just draw 2 arcs like this to show that you have used the arcs to draw a parallel line. Okay. Next, how do you draw this? This, just make a radius of whatever centimeter they're asking and draw a circle around it. Next, for 2 lines, how do you draw this angle bisector? Keep the point over here, make an arc here. Then keep the point here, make an arc here. Keep the point here, make an arc over here. Right, that's the angle bisector. And then how to draw a perpendicular bisector? I already showed you. Keep the point here, make an arc on top and down. that size of the arc should be more than half of your line. Okay. Then with the same arc, without changing it, keep the point at B, make an arc on top and down, and then join those two, you'll get the perpendicular bisector. Is that clear? Okay, so we're stopping with this chapter. You can go through questions and solve them more. We'll go to the next chapter.